In this video, I will be answering real questions from the IELTS Speaking Exam Part 1. Hi there, this is Mr. Brick from IELTS Mr. Brick, and on this channel we cover everything related to the IELTS exam. That includes tips, tricks and tutorials, so if this is something that you're interested in, consider subscribing. So the way this video will work is that I've picked out 5 different topics from IELTS Speaking Exam Part 1. For each topic, I will answer 5 questions. So that's 25 questions in total. Now, I would like you to take part in this video as well. So every time a question appears on the screen, you can pause the video and try to answer the question yourself. Then you can continue and play the rest of the video. So let's begin. Now, the 5 topics are work, study, childhood, hometown, and family. So let's get started. Well, I'm an English teacher by profession, and I teach English to 11 to 16-year-olds. The reason why I chose this job is because I wanted to be in a profession where I can help others, and I thought one of the best ways to help others is to teach them. Yes, this job is extremely popular in my country. In fact, I think it's popular in many countries around the world. However, since the rise of the internet, this job is becoming less and less in demand, and that's because more people are now studying online through online courses. Yes, I have to admit, I love my job. It goes back to my earlier points, and that is that I love being in a position where I can help others. Well, my first day was extremely nerve-wracking. I remember standing in front of a bunch of 15-year-old students, and they were all staring at me. And it was at that moment that I realized that they are completely dependent on me and they are relying on me to teach them. So it was extremely nervous. But over time, I became more and more confident. Well, I'm an undergraduate student and I'm currently studying psychology. Well, the reason why I chose this subject in particular was because I've always had a keen interest in subjects such as mental health and depression. So I thought that if I want to study these topics, I would have to study psychology. Yes, I would say I do like studying. However, when it comes to the exam period, I completely get stressed out. I don't like the exam period, but other than that, I love studying. Yes, I do. My plan is to complete my degree and then enroll onto a master's program in psychology, and then after that I'm hoping to become a clinical psychologist. This is something that I think about quite often. If I could go back, or if I had the grades to get into this course, I would have definitely studied medicine or pharmacy, and that's because I want to do something in the health industry. But I'm still happy with my choice of picking psychology. I think my first ever memory was my mum taking me in a pushchair into the local supermarket, and I remember I was faking to cry. I was purposely doing this just so my mother can buy me a toy. That was my first ever memory. Yes, I had a lot of friends actually when I was growing up. And then over the years I slowly lost contact with most of them, I would say. But then recently, since the development of social media, I'm now in contact with a lot of them again. So I'm quite happy about that. I myself grew up in a city, and I think growing up in a city has so many benefits. For example, you can meet a variety of people from different backgrounds, people from different countries. You get to interact with a number of different people, and I don't think you would get the same type of experience growing up in a village or the countryside. There's many things I miss about my childhood. I think one of the things that I miss the most is free time. This is something that I just don't have at the moment, so I really miss free time as a child. I grew up in Manchester in the UK, and Manchester is the 3rd largest city in the country. My hometown, Manchester, is in the north side of the UK. Well, there are a few landmarks in my hometown, and many tourists often do come here to look at these landmarks. Also, there's a famous shopping centre called the Trafford Centre, so many tourists do go there for their shopping. However, most people who do come to the country for tourism, they usually go to London and not Manchester. Well, my hometown is a beautiful place. It's filled with a diverse range of people, especially students. There's lots of students there. I love this place. The only downside I would say is that the weather is not the best. It's always raining and it's extremely cold. Yes, I do. I think Manchester is a great place to raise children. It has great schools. The medical care is exceptional. The people are really friendly. The only downside I would say is that over the years, the number of crimes committed by teenagers has increased significantly. Well, the public transport in my city is absolutely amazing. The public transport in Manchester is one of its best features. In fact, the bus route in Manchester, one of the bus routes, is the most famous bus route in the whole of Europe. In addition to that, we also have a metro link there. We have trains there, trams that run through the city. So overall, the public transport is amazing. Well, I have 2 older brothers and 1 older sister. So according to today's standards of how big a family is, I think it is a large family. However, compared to some of my cousins' families, our family is extremely small. Well, we do try to spend a lot of time together. However, as we're getting older, my siblings, we're getting more and more busy with work, and therefore, as a result, we're starting to spend less and less time together. I think a lot of that is actually my fault. Majority of the time I'm actually out of the country, so I don't get to see my family that much. However, when I do go back, everybody gets together. I think it's a bit of a mix. So some people in my country, they think that family is extremely important, and this is the same opinion I have. Overall, I would possibly say no. However, there are pockets of communities that do believe that family is very important. I myself think that it is very important. However, the UK in general has a lot of people who consider themselves as independent. So they're not that close to their families. They like to do majority of the things on their own. Well, this is something that I changed my opinion on over the last decade or so. As a child, all I wanted to do was spend every living moment with my friends. But as I'm getting older, I'm starting to appreciate the value of family a lot more. So now I would say that I prefer to spend my time with my family. I think on almost every occasion, as far as I can remember, what we do together as a family involves eating, whether it's somebody's birthday, whether it's a family holiday, a celebration, it always involves eating. So I think when we're together as a family, that's the thing that we do, we eat. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. And if you benefited from this video, you might want to check out this video over here where I talk more about the IELTS speaking exam. Bye-bye.